Hey party people, welcome back, good to see you. Today I'm picking up my 17 Eras series, and who would be better to restore it with than Seungkwan? For those of you who don't know, Seungkwan is the main vocal of 17 and he's also one of the funniest members. To share a little bit about my experience with Seungkwan, at first, I'm not gonna lie, I didn't really pay attention to him. You know, he was there, I liked him, but I didn't really go out of my way to talk about him because, I don't know, he just didn't pique my interest. But I'm telling you all right now, not standing Seungkwan is a phase, and we're all gonna get out of that dark place together, you guys, okay? Without further ado, let's start the video so that I can talk about Seungkwan. Coming in as the third worst, we have Seungkwan and the Adore You era. So, I was rewatching all the music videos in order to make this list, and I just now realized how little screen time Seungkwan gets in this song. Like, despite the fact that they used his voice for Junghan's lines, Junghan, I'm so sorry dude, I still can't believe they did that to you. When Seungkwan is singing his high note in the last chorus, you can't even tell that it's him because there's no close-up shot like most music videos usually do for their main vocalists. But the reason why this era isn't higher on the list is because Shining Diamond and 20 are actually pretty good tracks for Seungkwan. In Shining Diamond, I think Seungkwan is one of the members who actually looks pretty good, because most of them really don't in that music video. And 20 is probably my favorite vocal unit song because I'm just not the biggest fan of ballads, and Seungkwan is the highlight of that song. His lines are seriously just perfection. All in all, not an awful era for Seungkwan, but since he shines more in the B-sides than the title track, I put it as the third worst. The legendary Seungkwan high note. I mean, of course I was gonna put this somewhere in the best eras, right? At third best, we have Pretty You era, and the B-sides I'll be focusing on are Hit Song / Popular Song and Adore You vocal team version. Now first of all, can I just say I wish there was more Seungkwan in the music video for Pretty You? Like, I really had to look for him the entire time, and for what? He looked so amazing there. But enough with the negativity, let's talk about the positives, such as how this song got 17 their first win, and therefore Seungkwan's high note got them their first win because that's the most iconic part of this song, besides maybe Junghan's lines, but anyways. Everything about Seungkwan is so memorable in Pretty You. In my opinion, one of his best in terms of styling, he does so good in pastels, and one of the few eras where I think Seungkwan was really the main character instead of, say, Vernon or DK, you know? Also, some pretty stellar B-sides. In Hit Song, he definitely isn't the focus, but I'd say he has some really good killing parts, especially in the pre-chorus, and honestly, I kind of like the vocal team version of Adore You more than the original. Overall, this was the era that really put 17 on the board, and I think we can all agree it wouldn't have been nearly as memorable if it wasn't for Seungkwan. To be honest, I like to pretend Boom Boom never happened, but we need to acknowledge it. I mean, the song was okay, but the only standout parts are Dino in the bridge and Woozy's visuals in the music video. Like, I just think the song wasn't that great for 17 in general, and since Seungkwan is the definition of 17, this era is down here by default. Talking about Seungkwan specifically, I think his parts are lackluster even for this song. I wish he wasn't relegated to singing the pre-chorus in this song because I think he would have killed it if he was at least given some ad-libs in the final chorus. Thankfully, he was actually styled pretty well, and he actually got some visual shots when he didn't even have lines, which was refreshing to say the least. Now, talking about the B-sides, I do enjoy fast pace, but it's not enough to pull this era out of the worst, especially since both Boom Boom and fast pace are more so dance and rap focused, and not really vocally. Now for Don't Listen in Secret. If you don't know, I'm not really a fan of ballads, but this one especially is probably one of my least favorite when it comes to 17. Don't Listen in Secret is no Pinwheel, and it's definitely no Kiddle, which leaves this era as Seungkwan's second worst. At least in my opinion. At second best, we have Left and Right, which basically does everything I wanted for Seungkwan that Boom Boom failed to do. It's a dance and rap focused song that still manages to give the vocalist a time to shine. Seungkwan's part after the first chorus is definitely the best part in the song for me. I mean, he hits those high notes while singing in such a fast rhythm, and it just gets stuck in my head somehow. I'd also like to say that his styling in this music video is pretty good. He looks like a handsome Christmas ornament or something, which, I mean, I don't know. Take that as you will. For Fearless, I know I just talked about how I hate Seungkwan being limited to the pre-chorus, but I really love his lines in Fearless. The pre-chorus is more impactful than the actual chorus for me, and in this song, Seungkwan actually gets ad-libs, so it makes up for a smaller amount of lines. Now, we're gonna pretend My doesn't exist and skip straight to Kiddle. Kiddle is how you do a ballad, which, I mean, it's not really a ballad, but whatever. This song was basically made for Seungkwan and DK. Like that final chorus? Chef's kiss. Beautiful. We need more like it. I'm not the biggest fan of this era in general, but Seungkwan, he really saved it. The number one worst Seungkwan era, we have Home Run. Simply because, for me, Seungkwan doesn't stand out at all. I'd even go as far as to say that Seungkwan is the least memorable member in Home Run era, which is really just so sad considering the moment Seungkwan stans got in Left and Right. All Seungkwan has in this song is the ending of the first chorus and a line in the bridge, neither of which are memorable in my opinion, which sucks because I think he could have done a lot more. Like, I think in the post-bridge, he could have gotten some ad-libs or something, or I don't know, because it just seems like he was so underutilized in this comeback. Which, even in the B-sides, I think Seungkwan was sort of overshadowed. For Do Re Mi, I think Vernon and Dino just fit the song better than Seungkwan does, which isn't his fault, I just sort of end up forgetting about him. Oh my god, I sound so mean. Anyways, sorry for being kind of negative about this, but it's my least favorite Seungkwan era, and I just feel like they did him dirty. Enough with this negativity, let's talk about the best Seungkwan era. Number 1. When I think of Thanks era, the first person I think about is Seungkwan. That dressing room scene when they're all getting their makeup done was owned and obliterated by him. Not to mention, he had some amazing lines in the song itself, like, "This is the Seungkwan we need." He doesn't need to have a high note over the final chorus to show that he's one of the best vocalists in the industry. Just give him the final chorus and some lines in the verses and he'll give you the best performance you've ever seen. Now, let's talk about the B-sides. First of all, I think I need Seungkwan to sing in a rock anime opening because Run to You sounds exactly like one, and him in the song, I mean, as well as their entire discography, is just proof of his versatility. Also, Seungkwan's part in the chorus of Thinking About You makes me sob. It's so good. Oh my god, I love a good falsetto moment. Seungkwan in general was just such a visual in this era, but a visual with lines, you know? And yes, I want more visual Seungkwan, but also, could he ever top this era? You know what? Probably. I think he could. I'm looking forward to it. Well, that concludes this video. Thanks for watching, if you made it this far. Sorry this series has been on a sort of hiatus. I've just been following a lot of other artists recently, noticeably MCND, Kang Daniel, Chungha, Lucy, Hyuna, and Verivery. But I still do love 17. I might make some videos on the solo stuff the members are doing right now because the hype for it is huge, and I mean, at least for me, you know? Let me know what you guys think of the video in the comments, and make sure to like and subscribe for more videos. Thank you.